Hi, welcome. Here's your HMH lesson for today. We are reading Don't Touch Me by Elizabeth Preston. It's in your HMH book on page 178. Go ahead and make sure that your book is open with us to page 178. If you need some time to do that, you can pause the video now. Okay, now that you're back, let's go over let's go over what we're going to be focusing on today while reading the story. We will be mainly focusing on synthesizing the story. What does synthesize mean? When you synthesize, you put information together from different parts of the story to see the author's ideas in new ways. So important idea plus important idea plus important idea plus another important idea is the big idea. So what does it all mean to me? How can I synthesize what the whole story means to me? So, the story we're going to read is Don't Touch Me. It's an informational text. It's nonfiction. It gives facts about a topic. So, nonfiction means it's informational. It's real. It gives us information. As you read Don't Touch Me, we're going to look for captions with photos. Remember, captions are the words underneath the photo that tells us what the photo is. And then we're going to look for details and facts about the topic and how visuals and words help us understand the story. So read to find out the most important ideas in each part. Then we're going to synthesize or put together these ideas in our mind to find out what the text really means to you. We are going to do an activity after this that requires you to know what the story is about. So if I were you, I would pay very close attention. Before we start reading, we're going to go over some really important vocabulary words. We're going to do it real fast because I'm sure that you guys know what most of these words mean. One of the words is sharp. We talked about that earlier today in Saxon. Sharp means what? Something that can cut you. Very good. Something that has sharp edges. So if something is sharp, it has an edge that can cut you. It has a sharp edges. Be careful when you're using scissors. We also have prickles. Prickles. This cactus has prickles on it. What is prickles? Rena? Very good. Small points that stick out are prickles. The cactus plant has large prickles. Sometimes there are small prickles. Thorns is very, very, very similar to prickles. What are thorns, Dominic? They're like pointy things that come out of the stem of the rose. Thorns are points that grow on the branch or a stem. There are more kinds of plants that have thorns, not only a rose. But good job. All right, here it says extra. Looks like all the pizza is gone and there's an extra. What do you think extra means, Destin? Okay, maybe having more. The amount of something is more than usual. So if you have more than usual, then you have extra. Here the girl looks like she's poking the boy on the shoulder. What does poke mean? What does it mean to poke, JC? Okay, if something jabs into you suddenly, it is said to poke you. Right? So she's poking him on the shoulder. But what is she trying to do, maybe?
Get his attention.
Maybe get his attention. He's not paying attention. All right. Nasty. Ew, that is nasty. When you blow your nose, you should always wash your hands or sanitize. Nasty. I'm sure everybody in here knows what nasty is. Raise your hand if you know what nasty is. JC, you don't know what nasty is? Good job. Christian, what is nasty? Something is icky or gross or stinky. When something is nasty, it's very unpleasant. Ew. So Cody had a nasty cold. All right, sensitive. Look at the skin. Look at his skin. Does it look like he's breaking out in a rash? Kind of. He has red spots on his arm, and he has a plant in his hand. If something is sensitive, it is quick to respond to something else. So the kid's hand is sensitive to poison oak and may get a rash if they touch a plant. So he's sensitive to poison oak. or poison ivy. And the last word is attack. Attack. If you attack something, you try to hurt or damage it. Termites attack wood and destroy it. Here, the termites are like small bugs, and they attack the wood. They try to destroy the wood. Okay, so let's go ahead and start reading. Your book is open.
Some animals have special ways to protect themselves from hungry predators. But what about plants? Do they have predators? All over the world, many kinds of animals eat plants. Cows and sheep graze on grass. Beetles, caterpillars, and grasshoppers are called leaf chewers because they chomp on leaves. People eat plants too. To protect themselves from these hungry plant eaters, some plants have developed special ways to protect themselves.
Interesting.
Don't Touch Me by Elizabeth Preston.
What do you guys think this leaf is? Amaria? Amaria, what do you think it is? Maybe poison ivy or poison oak. Why do you think it's that? Why? Why do you think it's something poisonous? Haney, why do you think it's something poisonous? You don't want to touch it. If something poisonous, you can get sick, right? You don't want to touch that, do you? All right,
plants can't run away from hungry animals, so some of them fight back. They have defenses to keep creatures from eating them.
All right, I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and reread this page again.
Plants can't run away from hungry animals, so some of them fight back. They have defenses to keep creatures from eating them. These plants can scratch you or stab you. Some of them can make you sick. Others make you itch like crazy. Don't get too close or you'll be sorry. Do you have a rose bush in your yard? Then you know these pretty flowers are better for sniffing than touching. Roses have sharp prickles on their stems. Some other plants, like the hawthorn, have woody thorns. And beautiful holly leaves have very sharp points. Holly leaves and berries have extra protection. They're poisonous. Ow.
There are many important ideas about plants on this page. Plants protect themselves because they can't run away from hungry animals, can they? I learned that some plants protect themselves by scratching or stabbing you. Ouch, that must hurt. Other plants make you sick or itch. I wonder how they do that. I think the author is going to explain how plants protect themselves. How do roses protect themselves? With their thorns. Very good. And how do these holly plants protect themselves? JC? They're poisonous and they have sharp edges, right?
Yeah, they have sharp edges of their leaves.
Very good. Let's keep going.
Cactus plants keep animals away with spines. Some cacti have arms, but hugging them is a bad idea. Ow!
Why would you think it would be a bad idea? Everyone, why? Because it has spikes and thorns and it's sharp. You'd get hurt, wouldn't you?
Ow, ow! A stinging nettle doesn't look as dangerous as a spiny cactus, but it's covered with sharp hairs called trichomes. The hairs are like tiny needles. If you touch them, they poke your skin with chemicals that sting and itch. You might get a nasty rash.
Wow. What details about cactus plants and nettles add to your understanding of plant defenses? What do these plants have to defend themselves or to protect themselves from predators? They have thorns, sharp prickly ends, right? Even like the The nettle, it has sharp hairs, but they're teeny tiny, but they're like needles. Ouch. 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 Yeah. All right, let's read the next page.
Youch! Poison ivy leaves have oils that can make you itchy. If your soccer ball rolls into a patch of poison ivy during a game, you might be scratching later. Poison oak and poison sumac are related plants that make the same oils. You can watch out for poison ivy by remembering the rhyme. Leaves of 3, let it be. Itch.
What do they mean by leaves of 3, let it be? What do you mean? What does let it be mean? Don't mess with it. Just let it be. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. So leaves of 3, let it be. So how do you think poison ivy or poison oak looks? They have 3 leaves. So if you see a plant with 3 leaves, that's probably poisonous. Do not touch it. Let it be. All right, let's keep going. There was some in our there was some in the yard outside here in school. So be careful when you're playing out there. Don't go near the fences. That's why I always tell you to get away from the fence, because sometimes there's poison ivy or poison oak.
Shy plants. The sensitive or touch-me-not plant doesn't stab you, poison you, or make you itch. If you touch it, the plant quickly folds up its leaves.
How do these plants' defenses differ from the ones you've already learned about? The ones that we learned about here, like the cactus, they have what? They have sharp thorns or edges that can hurt you, right? That can like cut your skin open or something. How about the shy plants or the poison oak plant? What do those do?
Make you itchy.
They make you itchy. Very good. All right, let's keep going.
Plants with ants. Acacia trees have big, scary thorns. But for extra protection, they use ants. The ants have a special friendship with the tree. They live inside hollow thorns and eat food the tree makes for them. If a bug or a bigger animal comes too close, the ants attack and sting it.
What new information about plant defenses do you learn on this page? How does this plant defend itself, everyone? With ants, with other living things. It's a symbiosis. They help each other. The ant helps the tree, and the tree helps the ant. Very good. Or the ants. Very good. What have you learned about plant defenses? How has your thinking about plants changed from reading the story? Did you guys ever know that plants defend themselves?
Yes.
Well, I never really thought about it, to be honest. But I now know that plants have many ways of defending themselves from hungry animals. Some of their defenses can hurt people who get too close. In the future, I will be more careful about touching plants that I don't recognize, right? And I hope you guys learned that when you're outside. Do not go around touching all the trees and plants and rubbing your hands on everything. Because some of it might have some of it might try to defend itself, right? From you. All right. Now what you're going to do next is inside of your reading notebook, yes, your reading notebook, you are going to answer these 3 questions. You can use the story to help you answer the questions. It says, question number 1, synthesize. How do plants protect themselves? You have to write down how they protect themselves. They're very easy questions. But you're going to write them in a complete sentence. So you're going to say, plants protect themselves by, and then tell me how. And then number 2, why did the author write this story? What is she trying to persuade readers to do? It tells you at the end. What is she trying to say?
He's trying to say to be careful.
Very good. To be careful. Don't get near, don't touch any plants that you don't know what it is. Don't touch any unfamiliar plants.
Don't touch any 3 plants.
Very good. And number 3, compare Don't Touch Me and experiment with a plant, what a plant needs to grow. How are the stories alike, and what are the most important differences between them? So you need to go back to the other story, what a plant needs to grow, and you're going to compare the stories together. That's all you're doing today for HMH. And that is it. Tomorrow we are going to, I think tomorrow we'll do the next page. The next page, or let me look at my notes. I'm sorry. Give me just a second. Okay, I just looked at my notes. So that's it. Tomorrow we're going to do this write an opinion. Right now all we're doing is answering these 3 questions on a piece of paper or in our reading notebook. And that's all you're doing today. Go ahead and make sure you send that to me, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you later. Bye.